Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our session, Manage Microsoft Teams Efficiently. It is 2:01, so that means we're already 1 minute late, so we better get started because I'm German, and that makes me nervous. So thanks, everybody, for joining the session. Thanks, everybody who's still walking into the room. We have a few more seats up here in the front, so please come up here if you don't want to stand during the whole 45 minutes. My name is Ann Michaels, and I work on the Teams audience marketing team. And here at Ignite, we talk a lot about how Microsoft Teams enables end users to work more effectively. I bet you've heard that message now, right? But when we created Microsoft Teams, what was really also important for us, we wanted to make sure that Teams does not just enable end users to work more effectively, but we also wanted to make sure that you, as an IT admin, can work more effectively as you manage the service. And that is why from day one, we really designed Microsoft Teams with IT in mind. We want to give you all the controls you need while making it easy for you to manage the service. And that is why you manage Microsoft Teams in the same familiar way that you manage the other Office 365 apps. That is also why we give you controls to customize the experience. Because we fully understand that every organization, of course, they have very unique needs and requirements. And we as Microsoft, we don't know your needs and requirements, not all of them at least, right? And we can't, but you do. And that is why it is so important for you to have the controls to customize the experience, to make sure that you can give your end users the best possible experience that really works for your organization. So today, we will talk about what you need to know as an admin to manage Microsoft Teams effectively. There are 3 areas that we will touch on today. First, the Microsoft Teams architecture. What are the building blocks of Microsoft Teams? And where's your data stored? This is really important to understand because that kind of gives you the base to manage Microsoft Teams effectively. Then we will talk about all the security and compliance capabilities that you have available to protect your data and meet your compliance requirements. And then, the most time we will spend talking about management, how to manage Microsoft Teams efficiently, starting from onboarding all the way to day-to-day management tasks. But before we jump in, let me do a quick show of hands. How many of you have been managing Microsoft Teams like for a longer time, 1 to 2 years, so it hasn't been around that long, and would consider themselves as an expert? Okay, a few at least, okay, good. So how many of you are really fairly new to managing Microsoft Teams? Maybe a couple weeks, month in? Okay, also actually quite a few. How many of you are kind of in the middle? You are managing Teams, but you're still trying to figure it out? Also a few, okay. So for all of you who raised your hands at the very beginning, the experts, I'll just call you like that right now. Well, I just wanted to note this session here, we will do a lot of things. We will talk about what's new from a management perspective, but we will also talk about some of the fundamentals. When I talk about the fundamentals, if you're an expert, those things will look very familiar to you. That is actually great news for you because you get a break in that moment. You can do like a little mental break, you can write me on Twitter, whatever you want to do, you get a break in that moment. That being said, let's jump right in. Do we have any enterprise architects here in the room? A few, great. Hello, welcome to the session. Well, then those of you, you will know architecture actually comes from Latin, and it means rectangles. We will look at a few slides with a lot of rectangles in the next couple of minutes because we will talk about the building blocks. We will talk about how Teams was architected and what is happening behind the scenes to create this hub for teamwork. So from an architecture perspective, what Microsoft Teams does is that it really brings together the Office 365 services and the Intelligent Communications Cloud. The Office 365 services, you're all very familiar with them. That's like SharePoint and Exchange, of course. And then the Intelligent Communications Cloud, that is the component of the architecture that enables all the communications capabilities, like chats, meeting, calling. And then we have the team services. And the team services, they are the services that we, our Teams engineering team, built in order to create Microsoft Teams. And they are really just an orchestration layer that brings together all the other pieces. And they do things like, for example, attaching an Office 365 group to a team when you create one for easy membership management. And that is actually something that is very important. Whenever somebody in your organization, when they create a team, there are two important things that happen on the back end. On the one hand, we create an Office 365 group. That is how we manage membership for Microsoft Teams. And we also create a SharePoint team site for easy file sharing. So every team has an Office 365 group as well as a SharePoint team site. And all of that is built on the same scalable Azure infrastructure that all of you can use today. Then on top, we have a series of clients, like the web app, the desktop client, our two mobile clients. And in many cases, they don't just sit on top of the Teams layer, but it was actually more efficient for them to directly talk to the other services, so that's why they go across. And to help you with the deployment of the Teams client in your organization, we are adding Microsoft Teams to Office 365 Pro Plus. Starting January 14th next year, Microsoft Teams will be part of the semi-annual channel. And there are sessions here at Ignite that go into all the details what this means. Now, a question that I get a lot is, where is my data stored? Let's first talk about chat. Chat in Teams is persistent, which means that it is stored in its entirety, and it uses its own storage. Group chat and one-on-one chat is already stored in Cosmos DB, and we're working on moving channel conversations over as well. Then we also keep a copy of all your chat messages in Exchange. That is mainly to enable information protection. And there are two different scenarios here. If you have a chat, a one-on-one chat or a group chat, then we journal a copy of that chat into the mailboxes of the individual people who are part of that chat. Then if you chat in a channel, we keep a copy of that chat in the mailbox of the Office 365 group that is attached to that chat, to that team, sorry, that way around. Then where do we store files? We leverage OneDrive and SharePoint for file storing in Microsoft Teams. And there are also two different scenarios here. If you share, again, let's start with a scenario where we have a one-on-one or a group chat. Let's, for example, say I have a chat with Chris, who's sitting right up front here. And so when I share a file with Chris in a one-on-one chat, then that file will be uploaded to OneDrive, and Teams will automatically give Chris permissions so that he can access the file. Now, when I share a file in a channel, Microsoft Teams will upload that file to the SharePoint team site that we created when we created the team, right? Every team has a SharePoint team site. And again, permissions will automatically be granted to every member of that team. And that is really great because it streamlines content collaboration. I, as a user, I don't have to worry about permissions anymore. I don't need to think about it. Teams takes care of it for me. Then images. Images are stored in a separate media store. What about voicemail? Voicemail is stored in Exchange, so you're kind of like used to from Skype as well. And also, as you can imagine, calendar and contacts are also stored in Exchange. We also, of course, many of you record your meetings in Teams. Whenever you record a meeting, that meeting will first be stored in the same media storage that we use for images. Then the recording will be encoded and made available in Stream for content consumption. And within 24 hours, we will purge the recording from the media store then. Where all of this is a little bit different is private channels. I'm sure you all have heard the announcement that private channels are rolling out to our customers starting this week. Some of you might actually be seeing them in that tenant today already. And it is important to notice that from an architecture perspective, things are a little bit different with private channels. Information that you share in a private channel is stored differently than information that you share in a standard channel. Starting with files. Each private channel has its own SharePoint site collection to enable file sharing. And that is very important because by having like a separate SharePoint site collection, that is how we can really assure that only the people who are members of the private channel have access to the files that are shared in that private channel. That, of course, means that there will be more SharePoint site collections in your tenant. And that is one of the reasons why we're increasing the limit of site collections that you can have in a tenant from 500,000 to 2 million. Yeah, so I think it's great because, I love how our teams have been really thinking this through because, and that's actually, I often get the question, why did it take you so long to make private channels available? But we really wanted to make sure that we have the right setup to support the scenarios that private channels are thought for. And then from a chat perspective, this is also a little bit different. Any chats that you have in a private channel will not be stored in the Office 365 in the mailbox of the group, but instead, those chats will be stored in the individual mailboxes of the people who are members of the private channel. A few more things to call out. So, from who can create private channels? By default, anybody in your organization can create a private channel. And this is an ability that you can control either at the tenant level or at the team level. At the tenant level, you as an admin, you can define with a policy in the team's admin center if and which users in your organization can create private channels. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Then as a team owner, you can also decide if somebody in your team can create private channels. And you can do that in the settings tab in your team. Then what about membership? You can add anybody as a member to a private channel, including guests, as long as that person was already a member of your team before. And then, of course, only the people who are members of the private channel, only they will have access to the private channel. And what is very important, also only the members of the private channel, they will actually see the private channel in Teams. For everybody else, the private channel will not show up in the list of channels. Why is that so important? Well, because private channels are we really created them so that you can enable, for example, confidential projects. And sometimes the title of a confidential project is already confidential, right? And that's why you can only see teams that you're a member of, and that is also the case then for, only channels, private channels that you are a member of. And there are also some implications from an information protection perspective. So we don't have time to go into all of these details here today, but there is a separate session on Friday that will talk only about private channels. Now let's talk a little bit about security and compliance and switch gears here a little bit. Anybody in here in the audience, who would say security and compliance is not an important topic in my organization? Yeah, I don't think that organization exists out there on the planet, right? Or if it does, I don't think it'll exist for long. Security and compliance are, of course, topics that are top of mind for all of you. And when we started creating Microsoft Teams, we very quickly realized that you're used to the security and compliance capabilities that we have in Exchange and SharePoint. And for you to use Microsoft Teams, we had to be at the same standard. And that is why security and compliance has been a big focus of our engineering team from the very beginning. The things that we have here on the slide, this is absolutely not an exhaustive list. This is just some of the key capabilities. And we have actually had updates in many of these areas in the last couple of months. For example, information barriers. Information barriers is a capability that many of you have been waiting for and that prevent internal teams from communicating with each other. So you can avoid conflicts of interest. Why is that important? Well, because often you need to limit information sharing between certain segments of a business. That might be because you need to adhere to ethical rules, regulations, or industry standards. Let's say you're a bank and you can't have your financial advisors talk to your mergers and acquisitions team. That's where information barriers helps you with. And information barriers, they don't just work on chat and channel conversations, but we're also announcing here at Ignite that information barriers are soon coming to files in SharePoint. So not only will your chats be protected, but also the files attached on the SharePoint, on the Teams SharePoint. So when somebody tries to share a file in Teams, then information barriers will also block that according to the policy. But with that, let me actually now jump here into a demo, because I want to show you some of the capabilities instead of showing you slides. So now here in my demo, I'm an admin of famous company Contoso, that you all know, of course. And so in my company in Contoso, we had the challenge recently that somebody leaked information, shared information outside of the company that they should not have shared. Happens quite frequently, might have happened in one of your companies in the past. What is interesting is that when people leak information, they normally don't do it because they're malicious. They don't do it because they want to harm the company, but it is actually, they do it unintentionally. They do it by mistake. And that is where data loss prevention comes in. Earlier this year, we introduced data loss prevention, DLP, for chat and channel conversations. And data loss prevention enables you to prevent and to block messages that contain confidential and sensitive information. And you can create policies for that here in the Office 365 Security and Compliance Center. So let me go ahead and create a new policy here. And to make it easy for you, we actually have a variety of templates that you can choose from. For financial information, anything related to medical and health, you can also create your own custom data loss prevention policies. But let me jump out here because I have a policy that I created earlier here today. And this policy now makes sure that people don't share information that contains sensitive information, sensitive financial information, like, for example, credit card numbers or bank account numbers. So let me show you how this looks like for the end user. Let me jump here into my Teams client, and I am here having a chat with Miriam. And as you can see here, I earlier tried to share my credit card information with Miriam. And not so smart of me, but I thought that might be a good thing to do. And as you can see, well, I couldn't, because my IT team has a policy in place that prevents me from doing it, so this message was blocked in Teams. What we're also working on and what we will be introducing soon is safe links in Teams. And safe links, yes, I'm very excited personally about it as well. And safe links enables you to protect your users from clicking on malicious links. Safe links is actually powered by Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection, and when a user clicks on a link, what we will do is that we will run a verification on the back end, and then if the link is malicious, which looks like is the case here, then I get this message here that warns me about the link. Let's jump back into our admin center, because another area that we have been working on improving is retention policies. I mentioned earlier that Microsoft Teams is a persistent chat service that stores data in its entirety. But many of you actually don't want that. You see data as a liability and you want to get rid of it as soon as you no longer deem it useful. And that is where retention policies come in. We have two different kinds. You can either create a preservation policy, then you can retain information, data, for a certain amount of time, or you can use a deletion policy to delete data as soon as you no longer deem it useful. And I'm very happy to announce that soon you will be able to create deletion policies that are as low as 1 day. That being said, let me jump back to our presentation. And let's talk about, just build this right now here. Let's talk about managing Microsoft Teams. Where do you actually manage the service? Just like with the other Office 365 apps, you can choose the way in which you want to manage Microsoft Teams. We give you a variety of tools that you can select from. From a GUI perspective, there are three main places. We first have the Microsoft Teams Admin Center. This is where you really manage all the settings related to the core Microsoft Teams service, like private channels, for example. Then we have the Microsoft Security and Compliance Center. We're actually breaking it out into a security and into a compliance center. In here, you can manage everything related to security and compliance, like retention policies, as we just saw, or also e-discovery. And what is important to note is that policies that you set on the security and compliance side, they will actually go across all the Microsoft 365 services. So you can set a policy once, and it will directly apply across all the different services, including, like, for example, Exchange, SharePoint, and Teams. And that is also the case for the Azure Active Directory Admin Center. That is also where you can manage policies that are cross-platform. And in here, you can manage things like conditional access or naming conventions. So this is what we have from a GUI perspective. But how many of you use PowerShell? Like almost everybody. I love it. Great. So, well, of course, you can also manage Microsoft Teams with PowerShell as well. We have a Teams module for PowerShell, or if you want, you can also leverage the Graph APIs to manage Microsoft Teams. So you can really choose the way that works best for your organization. Now, let's talk a little bit more about managing Microsoft Teams, and let's start at the beginning, onboarding. So if you are one of those experts and your organization is fully onboarded to Teams, that's your mental break here right now. So before you onboard your organization to Microsoft Teams, there are a couple of important things and steps that you want to follow. First, you need to prepare your environment. I mentioned that Microsoft Teams is the window into Office 365. So you want to actually take a look at the other Office 365 workloads and take a look at their settings. Then you also want to make sure that your network is ready to support the different kinds of traffics that Microsoft Teams combines. We have peer-to-peer real-time communication traffic. We have audio conferencing, video conferencing, real-time communication traffic. And then we also have the traffic between the Office 365 online environments and the Microsoft Teams client. And so a great tool that helps you with all of that is Network Planner, which is currently in public preview. Network Planner, you can access that from the Microsoft Teams Admin Center, is a tool that gives you an idea of the required bandwidth for your organization as you move to Microsoft Teams. You also want to familiarize yourself with the Teams clients that we have. Now that your environment is ready, well, are you ready? Is your admin team ready? You want to make sure that all the people that support Microsoft Teams, that they use the product, that they get to know it. Because in order to best support a product, well, you need to know it. That is kind of the basic for it. And a great resource that helps you with that is aka.ms/successwithteams. That is where you can find all the Teams technical documentation, best practices, and videos as well. But what we see in a lot of organizations is that there's not just one person who's responsible for managing Microsoft Teams, but it's actually a whole team of admins. And in many cases, you don't want all of these admins to have the same rights and permissions. And that's where the admin roles, the Teams admin roles, come in. We have 4 different roles that you can assign to members of your IT team to make sure that everybody has the right access and the right permissions. Now, we're ready to deploy Microsoft Teams. We have a new onboarding tool that helps you with deploying Microsoft Teams in your organization, which is called Advisor for Teams. And Advisor for Teams is a new tool that really helps you to bring your project team together to plan the best possible deployment of Microsoft Teams in your organization. Advisor for Teams gives you a shared collaboration space, of course, in the form of a team, and also recommended plans, basically step-by-step guidance that walks you through how to deploy Microsoft Teams in your organization. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at that. There we go, perfect. So I'm here in the Microsoft Teams Admin Center, and from here, that's where you can start Advisor for Teams. So when you jump in, you can first select the workloads that you want to deploy. And you can always come back to this kind of later as well. You have two options right now, either chat, Teams, channels, and apps, or messaging and conferencing. What Advisor for Teams does for you is that it actually runs an assessment and then highlights all of the areas that you might want to pay attention to. So I'll take a note of this here because I have two areas that Advisor suggests that I take a closer look at. What Advisor also does is it gives you recommended plans, basically step-by-step guidance of how to best deploy this workload in Teams. And this will look familiar to some of you because as you can see here, well, this is coming from Planner. This is a plan that we are creating for you with all the details about how to deploy these workloads in Microsoft Teams. Now, of course, before we can get started with deploying Microsoft Teams, we also need to add members to our project team because I can't deploy Microsoft Teams by myself. I have other folks that will help me with that on the IT side. So let's go ahead and add a few members here. Let's go ahead and add Leah. Okay, and we'll save this. And now, after going through the setup process, you will land on this screen. And this is a screen where you can also see the status of your deployment. In our case here, it is currently still 0 because we haven't started yet. And now comes the important part, because now when I click on Open, Advisor for Teams actually launches the Teams client. Because I said earlier, Advisor for Teams gives you a shared workspace in form of a team where you can plan the deployment of Teams using Teams in your organization. So I now here have a team that we have created for our organization, for our deployment team. And I have different channels here. And when I look at the one for the workloads that I choose, then I have a Planner tab here at the top. And here you can see everything that I just showed you in the admin center, right? All the details, how do you actually deploy Teams, the step-by-step details. You have it all in here as a plan, and now, of course, from here, you can easily assign these tasks to different members of your IT team. We also included a form in Advisor for Teams that gives you an easy way to get feedback from your end users on how the deployment of Microsoft Teams is going in your organization. And so Advisor for Teams is available in public preview today, so please try it and give us feedback on the experience that you have. Now let me jump back to our presentation. And let's talk about the controls that you have as you manage Microsoft Teams. There are two broad categories, settings and policies. Policies, they can apply across your entire organization. So for every policy, we have a default setting. But you can also actually get very targeted, and you can apply policies to only specific users in your organization. Then settings, they are kind of like a one for all. There's one setting for your entire organization. And here on this slide, we see some of the most common controls that you will leverage as an IT admin. But let me actually go ahead and jump back into our demo because I want to show you these controls in action. So let's jump to our demo device, number 6. Perfect. So we are here in the Microsoft Teams Admin Center. And here are some of the controls that you just saw on the slide. Let's first take a look at the org-wide settings. This is where you can manage anything, any kind of like org-wide settings for Teams, including like guest access or external access. Then when we jump to messaging policies, this is the area where you as an admin can control what users can do in chat and channel conversations. For example, here, I can control if users can delete messages that they have sent in a channel, or if they can edit messages that they have sent in a channel as well. Then up here in the Teams area, in Teams policies, this is where you can control what users can do in Teams and channels. So now that we have private channels, we have added a new global policy here. Because I mentioned earlier, private channels by default, anybody in your organization can create a private channel with the exception of guests. And you can control this here at the tenant level through a policy. So here we now have a global policy where you can enable or disable private channels. Currently, this is actually targeted to my entire organization, but I could also get very specific and only enable certain members, certain users in my organization to create private channels. You can also control the creation of private channels at the team owner level. So let's jump here into our Teams client. And I'm the team owner of our Northwind Tour team. And when I click on Manage Teams, here up in the settings, now under Member Permissions, I have a new line where I can disable or enable the creation of private channels. Thank you. At least one person was really waiting for this capability. So let me now also show you how the experience for the end user will look like. Because when the end user, when they want to add a private channel, the experience will look very familiar to what they're used to doing when they create a normal channel. So if I create a channel here, I can simply choose between standard and private channels. Of course, I have to give it a name. There's a really confidential project that we are working on, which is the donut eating contest. Not everybody can be part of that. So I will create a private channel for this. Now, of course, in the next step, I would have, oh, somebody has already had the same idea as I have. Okay, never mind then, let me jump out of this. But you get the idea, it's really easy to create a private channel for anybody in a team. Let me jump back to the admin center, because another area that I want to show you is app policies. This is an area where we have made a lot of improvements over the last couple of months. Microsoft Teams is really that space that brings all of the apps that you use on a regular basis together in one location. How do you manage that as an admin? Well, first we have permission policies. With permission policies, you can decide if and which apps are available to users in your organization. So when we jump in here into the policy that we have in our global policy, I can get very specific. I can decide which, I can allow apps in general, I can block all apps, or I can just allow specific apps or block specific ones. Let me actually jump here into third-party apps, because we have split this up to make it easy for you into Microsoft apps, apps that we publish, apps that third parties publish, and tenant apps, your own custom apps that you actually upload. So let's say, from a third-party perspective, I know users in my organization use Asana, so I want to make sure that I add Asana here to the list, and now I can make sure that Asana will be available to users in my tenant. Of course, if you block an app, what does that mean? Well, it won't show in the Teams tenant, the Teams client for your users. Now let's jump to setup policies, because this is where you can actually control how apps will show up for your users. And it's really great functionality because you can highlight the apps that are more important to your users. For example, here I have created a policy for my first-line workers, and in here I can pin the apps that are most important to them. They are first-line workers, they actually use shifts for schedule management. So I pinned that app to their navigation bar. And I can also actually move these around if I wanted to have that show up more at the top, but for me, most important was that they have shifts directly available at their fingertips. Then in the Manage Apps category, in this section, you can see the new app catalog. In here, you can see at one glance all the apps available in Microsoft Teams. And this is really great because this gives you an easy view that helps you to really decide which apps you might want to enable or disable in your organization. Because for each app, we have information like name, certification, publisher, as well as the app status. And then for all apps that are certified by Microsoft Teams, we have included a link. And when you click on it, you will directly land in the technical documentation where you can see all of the information about the app that the app publisher has made available. So let me jump back to the presentation again. And let's talk a little bit more about policy assignment. Policy assignment is an area where we have been making several improvements as well, and there are mainly two new capabilities that will help you streamline how you assign policies to users. First, policy packages. Policy packages make it easier for you to assign policies and to assure that the right people have the right capabilities in teams. You can think of policy package, it's basically a collection of predefined policies and policy settings. And you can assign then, as an admin, you can assign those policy packages to users in your organization that have a similar role. For example, here you can see we have a policy package for teachers. And so the first policy packages, they are actually available already, and they are targeted at the education audience. But we're looking and we're working on making more policy packages available to other industries and customers as well. Another area that we have been working on is to improve the way how you can assign policies to groups. And let me jump back to my demo here. And let's jump to PowerShell. Because in the past, when you wanted to assign a policy to a group, well, you first had to use PowerShell to pipeline it down to the users of the members of that group, and then you could assign the policy. We are now making this easier because now you can assign a policy to a group with a single PowerShell commandlet. And I know this is a capability that will be actually coming soon, and it will save many of you probably a lot of time scripting. Thank you. So let's quickly jump back into our presentation, because what about your devices? Setting up conference rooms and keeping them running can sometimes be challenging, but it really shouldn't be. And that's why you as an admin, you can manage all the devices that use Microsoft Teams in your organization. You can manage all of them directly from the Microsoft Teams Admin Center. And that will also soon include Teams Rooms devices. From assigning configurations to restarting the device, monitoring updates, you will have access to all the key configuration tools that you need on a regular basis directly in the Admin Center. Let me go ahead and show you. So I'm here in the Admin Center, and soon you will be able, I'm not in the Admin Center yet. Let's try this again. Okay, this is not switching. Where's my person? Can you help me? It's not switching. I cannot hear you. Does it switch now? It's not switching to my other device. You got me. Oh, fantastic. Love it. Thank you. I want to switch to 7. Oh, he just mentioned the word reboot. So this is great. Now you all get a mentor break, including me. What is our ETA for rebooting? Like 30 seconds or 30 minutes?
45 seconds.
45 seconds, okay. Let's see. The question is, has this happened before? Am I the only lucky presenter who that happens to?
It has happened before.
It has happened before? Well, I know where we should invest more money at Ignite. You put it like that. That is looking better-ish. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was probably important. Yeah, please give it up. Awesome, fantastic. So I'm now here in the Microsoft Teams Admin Center, and soon you will be able to manage your Microsoft Teams Rooms devices directly from here. And it's really great because directly in here you will see all the details for your Teams Rooms devices, including the name, the manufacturer, the model, and specifically what is most important, also the health status of your devices. I can now see here, I have a device, the City Center Conference Room, which seems to have some issues. So I want to take care of that. And I, as an admin, I can go ahead and restart the device directly here from the admin center. But I can not only, so first of all, good, I don't have to run around to conference rooms anymore, right? But what is most important also, I cannot just restart the device from here, but I also can actually schedule and change the time when the device will restart. Maybe I know somebody is in there right now and it would really confuse our CEO if the device restarted right now. So I can also go ahead here and choose the time that I want the device to restart. And yes, we are totally traveling back to May 19, 2019 right now. So let's go ahead and do that, and now our device will restart. What we can also do is that I see I have here another device which is currently offline. So I want to know what is going on there. So let me jump into the details of this device because I want to take a look at the logs. And now I can download the logs for Teams Rooms devices directly here from the admin center. I get a little pop-up because downloading logs will take some time, so the admin center wants to make sure that I know about that. So let me just go ahead and start that. And then I can, in here, always track the status of that. I can see how long it will take to download the logs and where we're at with that process. And once actually the logs have been downloaded, I get a message and the logs will be available directly to me from here. So this will help you really to manage Teams Rooms devices in your organization, all from the admin center. Okay, now I'll push a button. Let's see if this works now. Amazing, fantastic. Great, because now I want to talk about my very favorite topic, which is usage reporting. And usage reporting is really, really important because for you to ensure that users in Teams have the best possible experience, well, you need to understand what is actually happening in your environment, right? And that's where analytics and usage reports come in. And you can find them directly in the Teams Admin Center. The reports in the Admin Center allow you to understand how your users are using Microsoft Teams, which users are using Microsoft Teams, and which capabilities they are using. And that is really important information for you because it allows you to prioritize your training and readiness efforts. Also, what we recently introduced is that now you can also access analytics as a team owner. So as not just a team owner, also a team member actually. So directly in the Teams client, in every single team, you now have analytics available in the settings, in the management area, that show you how many people are in that team, that show you how many of these people are active. It also shows you how many guest users you have, and it shows you the amount of messages that you have in that team. So this is really great information for every team owner. We're also working, of course, to make this information as a next step available to admins so that you have better analytics per team as well. Thank you. So now, for all of those who want to learn more and who want to get hands-on, right? Because this was pretty much like an overview session. We ran through all the various areas in 45 minutes. If you want to try all these capabilities and get hands-on, we have a variety of labs throughout the entire week that you can sign up for and that you can do directly here at Ignite. And of course, we also have more sessions. The list of sessions that we have here at Ignite about Microsoft Teams is really, really, really long. We have over 55 sessions, and the ones that I really want to point out for all of you here in the room are the ones in the upper right corner, our IT Pro Deep Dive sessions. So you see all the areas that I touched on today, there will be deep dive sessions for all of these various areas. And also the private channel theater session, which I don't think is on here, but just search for that in the Ignite app and you'll be able to find it. Now, where do you find more information? I mentioned earlier this URL, which is aka.ms/successwithteams. This is where you can get the links to technical documentation as well as best practices and videos. So this is really kind of like for you as an admin, the best place to start at. And with that, I would like to thank all of you for coming to my session. We are at time, and as you know, I'm German, so I need to stop when the time is over. Thanks, everybody.